Hey there, guys. This is Jeffrey with Good Lawn Care. Hey, how's it going? Hopefully, well. We're just enduring the polar vortex right now. Very cold outside, but I'm just looking out in the distance right now in the window. It's kind of deceiving because the sun's kind of been out and snow on the ground. But yeah, very, very cold. But I feel for you guys down south. You're not used to it at all. And it seems like your temperatures are about as bad as, or worse. They're worse than what our normal lows are. So I was talking to my aunt and uncle in Dallas, and their high was supposed to be like 15. That's a lot less than our normal low this time of year. Our normal low here should be like 25, I think, and our normal high should be getting close to 40. But yeah, very cold out. I think today it's like maybe a high of 1 outside or something like that. But anyway, I got some notes here, kind of like Joe with the teleprompter. But I'm going to do a little video. I was talking to a guy. It's been a while now. It's been, I don't know, that was back around New Year's on Instagram. His name's The Perfect Cut 1 on Instagram. Perfect Cut 1 on Instagram. And then he does have a YouTube channel called The Perfect Cut. And check him out, you guys. Real great footage. He knows a lot about lawns, and he's done a lot of work just in his own yard. He's kind of what you'd, I don't know if you know Ryan Knorr or the Lawn Care Nut. Somebody, that just does their own stuff, doesn't have a business. But he's obviously on a real smaller version of that. But he does that kind of stuff, and we were chatting just because he's only about an hour away from me, and about an hour north. And I kind of said to him, we were talking about his job and stuff, and I said, well, have you ever considered doing part-time lawn care? I said, obviously you have the knowledge. And he goes, I don't know where I would start. I have no idea where to start. He says, maybe you should do a video on that. And so anyway, here it is finally. So I'm going to do that. I got some notes here, things I wrote down. So anyway, check his channel out. I'm going to put a link in the description to this. But got a few notes that if I was going to start part-time lawn care with a full-time job, what I would do. And I shouldn't say if I was going to start, because I already do that right now. Okay, but if you were going to, these are some things that have worked for me, and what I think could help you to be successful at it. First of all, the most probably important one would be, do you have time to do this even? Okay, what is your full-time job? Why would you want to, basically, I guess, in a way, to do it? Also, the main reason probably is to make some more income. So if you have a full-time job that maybe doesn't pay the greatest, kind of like mine, and you need to supplement your income, might be something you do. But do you have the time? That's the biggest thing. Do you have time where you can fit this in and not sacrifice your family or whatever else goes on in your life? So for me, for my job, you guys know I'm a teacher. I still have every day, and I mean, obviously in the winter I don't have the time, but I don't need it because I'm just doing a little bit of snow removal. Okay, but in the spring and fall, especially in the spring's nice because the days are getting longer, fall days are getting shorter, so it's harder. But I have from about 3:45, 4 o'clock, I can get started, and I can go out and I can mow lawns, and I can do those from then until dark. So let's say in April, when I start mowing, April 10th or something, usually around then, I have 3 hours basically, excuse me, I have 3 hours where I can go out and I can knock out yards every day after school for about 3 hours. Now, I have to manage I have a family, so do I want to be doing that every day? Okay, well, I do pretty much do that, but I do, like I've said, you want to factor in your time with your family, okay, and do you have the time? So for me, I factor in every week that I will not be mowing on Sundays. Okay, I take Sundays, we go to church, that's family time, or I try to spend time with my family, relax on those days. So I'm never mowing on Sundays. Okay, so that leaves me, about 3 hours during the week, or during each day, and so that's 3 times 5, 15 hours, and then another, 8 hours or so on Saturday if I need it. Okay, so maybe even 10 hours if I really have to push myself. So that's 25 hours a week. Okay, that's what I have part time. I like to keep that more around 20, I guess you could say, because like in the fall, it's very hard. It's very hard to get all that done. Okay, and then you also have to factor in, rain delays and any kind of thing that may come up in the week. Maybe you have something for your kids after school one day and you have to go to that, or you want to go to that, so you got to factor in some breaks in there. Okay, so do you have the time? How much time can you commit every week? Okay, because in lawn care, you have to stay on a schedule. You have to stay on that set schedule. So can I only do 3 days a week? Can I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or Monday, Tuesday, Thursday? Okay, whatever it may be. Factor in, do you have a reasonable amount of time that you can do this? And are you going to be able to, here's the word that I want to say is very important, reliable. Are you going to be reliable and be able to be there, or maybe consistent, I should say too. Are you going to be able to be there and be consistent and accomplish this each and every week? Okay, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing that you're going to be able to do. Now, talking with Perfect Cut, it sounded like, maybe he had enough on his plate already that this wasn't going to work. But that's why, he just wanted to hear some tips. But anyway, reliability and consistency, those are so important. I've found over the years, people want somebody that's going to do a good job. They want somebody that's not going to charge an arm and a leg, but they want consistency. They want somebody they can trust that's going to be there. They're not going to have to call them every week and be like, hey, listen, my yard is, getting out of control. You haven't been here. What's the deal, So reliability, consistency. Okay, how much time do you have dedicated to be able to do this? Another thing, start slow. Okay, I see a lot of guys that want to jump into this. They think they're going to take on the world. They think, man, I'm going to get big so fast, and maybe they do. Okay, maybe the market's there, and maybe it's not. Maybe they're not charging enough. Okay, but my opinion is take it slow. I can't tell you how many times I've seen new faces around town. They got, nice trucks. Maybe they got old trucks. Maybe they got nice equipment, a nice new zero turn, tiny little trailer with it. My favorite is when I see a guy with a jacked up truck, big old lift kit on it, and he's got this little trailer behind it that's like sitting like that, hooked up to it, and he can't even see it because the trailer's so tiny. That big truck ain't making any money. But anyway, that's just a side tangent. But no, sorry, I lost my train. Start small and think about how much money you want to dedicate to this, okay? Most of you, if you're thinking about this, you have probably already what? Probably already have some equipment. Maybe you have a push mower. Maybe you have a blower. Maybe you have a broom, okay? Start slow, give it a try, and see how it goes. Because here's the thing. I see it all the time. These guys, I see them in the spring, and they're starting out, and then later on in the year, it's like they don't see them anymore. Now maybe their yards don't need mowed as much. I don't know. Maybe they don't have that consistency, or maybe they just quit. All right. I did get a call from an old customer of mine already a couple weeks ago. I used to mow her yard, mowed it for many, many years. Her daughter is wanting me to continue to mow it again for her. And I said, well, what about the last guy? Is he going to come back and want to do it? And she's like, no, he's good. He's done. And I don't know. Maybe he had something else going on, but it just seems like that's the type of stuff you see. Guys come in, they think they're going to do this, and then they quit. Okay, so first of all, you have to really decide, is this for me? Okay, but if you don't know for sure and you want to try it, don't go out and buy brand new equipment and buy a bunch of stuff. Okay, this is pretty easy business to get into with minimal stuff, but guess what, if you enjoy it and you like it, that's when you start adding to it. Okay, increasing your I can't think of the word I'm looking for, and increasing your fleet, increasing what you're going to have in your portfolio. Okay, you're going to get more equipment. You're going to buy a stick edger because you have the money now to pay for it after you've done a bunch of yards. Okay, but you got to start kind of slow, and you got to kind of just slowly work your way there. You can't just jump in. But the way you're going to start, like I said, is you're going to make sure you have the time to do it, and you're going to have some equipment, because you do have to have a little bit of stuff, because you can't do it if you don't have those things. Okay, and then lastly, you're going to have some customers. Now, how do you do that? Okay, well, this could go on for a long time, but the biggest one is just word of mouth. Talk to people you know. Okay, it seems like when people are starting something out, I think people probably are more likely to help somebody and try to help them, get started on something, than tell them, you're going to fail at that. I would sure hope most people aren't going to say that. Okay, but try it out. Talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors. All right, for me, I don't know how I necessarily did. It was more people asked me to mow for them because I was a kid at the time. I was, real young and in high school and maybe junior high when I first started. But then it branched where I wanted to expand it a little bit, so I started talking to neighbors, okay, and I talked to people I knew, and that's kind of how it increased, okay. And then it'll continue. It kind of snowballs. It's a snowball thing, okay. It starts with 1 or 2 customers. You do a good job. If you're reliable, if you're consistent, they're going to talk to their neighbors and their friends, okay. If you're not reliable and you don't show up and you don't get it done when you're supposed to, they're going to talk to their friends and neighbors and tell them that too. So, okay, that's why with part-time, you have to be able to be reliable, be consistent, and do what you say you're going to do. Okay, that's a big thing. Be honest with people. Be honest with people about what you can do. One of the hardest things for me, it kills me, is the fact that I can only take on so much work. Okay, there's many times I like to just quit the full-time job, be done with it, do the mowing. Okay, but then there's other times I'd like to not do the mowing at all, and I'd rather just have this full-time job and have more free time than spring and fall. But I don't. Okay, so anyway, the thing that kills me though is turning away work. All right, because I've been able to do this now for, oh man, let's see, it's 2021, and I probably started mowing in 2001. It's been 20 years, I bet, 20 years if not more, that I've been doing this, and I love it still, which is great. But see, I've been consistent with it. I've been reliable. I've been rewarded by good customers because of the hard work I put in. All right, it takes time, so and I didn't grow fast, and I still can't grow fast just because I'm limited. But it kills me to have to turn away work. That's what I was getting at. It kills me when people are like, hey, can you take a look at our yard? And I'm like, I can't, I really can't. I got too many right now. I'm doing too many right now, and how can I possibly take on more? And there's times when it's like, yeah, sure, okay, I can, and I'll squeeze it in there. But then it's like, okay, then I'm pushing myself, and I'm making it harder for myself. Why do I do that? Okay, don't do that. Because you have to be consistent, you have to be reliable, and you have to get done what you say you're going to get done. Okay, so that kills me. If you call my phone and you get my voice message, right now it doesn't because it's wintertime, but a lot of times it's going to say, hey, this is Joffrey with Good Lawn Care. Sorry I can't take your call, but unfortunately we're not able to take on any new customers at this time. Okay, leave me a message if you know me personally or whatever, and I try to accommodate people that maybe are past customers or whatever. But it's like, it kills me to have to do that. And one of my neighbors once was like, dude, I can't believe your message says it on your phone when I call you. Like, why would you turn away work? And it's like, you can't take on the world. Okay, when you're busy, you're busy. You can't take on any more because your reliability, your consistency is going to go down, and then you're going to start losing stuff. Okay, so I'd rather just be honest with people and let them know that, like, this is how it is. I can't take on anymore. Okay, so that's the biggest thing with the part-time. You have to draw the line. You have to know what your limit is, and you have to stick with that. Okay, be consistent, be reliable, and do a good job. Be honest with people. All right, and you can be successful at this. Start off small. Don't don't go out there and think you're just going to take on the world and that you're going to get a bunch of yards at first. You might not get money. Okay, you might take you a while to build it up, but you got to keep working at it. Start with equipment. Don't buy anything big until you've got the money to pay for it in cash. All right, but anyway, those are just a few things that come to my mind. If you have any questions, I'd love to answer them. So ask away, anything related to this. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully this is helping somebody out there. All right, this has been Joffrey, Youth Lawn Care. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're down south or in somewhere where it's freezing right now, hang in there, because it is hard to believe. But looking at a calendar, today's Valentine's Day, I guess it is. Yeah, Valentine's Day, February 14th. Another month from now, the grass should be greening up. And 2 months from now, in our area, should be mowing, usually by the 10th of April. So that is hard to believe. Very hard to believe when it is 1 outside. All right. Hey, this is probably too long. Take care. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good one.